Welcome home to philosophy, where we wonder about everything and anything is possible. Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Corey, the Laughing Philosopher. Life is complicated. The world is complicated, and you are complicated. Figuring out how to live a happy, meaningful life, guided by wisdom and reason, is not easy. Is life a game? What is love? Should I fear death? Is this a just world? Almost from the moment of birth, you've been told how to behave, how to fit in, and how to fulfill other people's expectations. You fear that you will lack importance or cease to exist in the lives of others if you think for yourself and question the rules and roles you've been told define you. Wisdom and reason will remove this illusion so you can live authentically in the world around you, find your true purpose, and become your real self. Welcome to episode 93. Boethius' Stoic Path, Resilience and Serenity in Chiron's Adversity. What is life? What's it all about? And what can we do about it? Émile Chiron was a French philosopher. He was born in 1911 and died in 1995. Chiron believed life is a failed project. Before being a fundamental mistake, he said, life is a failure of taste, which neither death nor even poetry succeeds in correcting. In Chiron's philosophy of life, we are born into the world to do nothing. Our life has no purpose and no meaning. We are born for no reason. We are born to just be and to suffer. Life is arbitrary, filled with unpredictable and inescapable risks and dangers. Old age, disease, death. It's as if our existence in the universe is an inconvenience we must atone for. It's a bad thing to suffer. It's even worse to live with a constant awareness of our unavoidable and inevitable pain and suffering. For animals, life is all there is, said Chiron. For man, life is a question mark, an irreversible question mark. For man has never found, nor will he ever find, any answers. Life not only has no meaning, it can never have one. Faith and reason don't stand a chance against the tragedy of life. Stop trying to make sense of life using philosophy and religion. Just listen to the universe with an open mind and without your illusions and fantasies of what you want it to mean. What do you hear? Silence. The meaning of the universe is silence. Life is meaningless, and we are powerless to reason away or pray away our feelings of meaninglessness. Emil Chiron asks, "What are you waiting for in order to give up?" The Trouble with Being Born is Chiron's greatest book. Life sucks. You didn't choose to be born. You didn't choose when or where to be born. You didn't choose your family, your nationality, or your social class. In fact, you didn't choose a single atom in your body. As you experience more of life, you find most of the bad things happening to you are beyond your control and influence, and it doesn't get any better with age. The older you get, the harder life is. You didn't do anything to deserve this. You were just born. So, why do we smile in every picture? Rather than acknowledging and facing up to reality, we refuse to talk about it. Talking about life makes us feel sad and uncomfortable. So we keep our true feelings to ourselves. We try to reason away our despair and anguish. We try to pray away our feelings of hopelessness and desperation. We blame ourselves as if we are somehow broken and need to be repaired. We reject what we see and deny how we feel, and deceive ourselves that everything is just fine. Suicide is useless. It is not worth the bother of killing yourself, said Chiron, since you always kill yourself too late. Suicide can't save your dreams from being crushed by reality. And yet, suicide is like a superpower. Chiron said, "The fact that life has no meaning is a reason to live. Moreover, the only one. Your life is meaningless. Everything you do is meaningless. Everything happening to you is meaningless. And so, try, but not too hard. Care, but not too much. Life is a balloon with a big hole in it. Let it go. Don't force things. Just let life happen. Nothing matters." Now, from shadows to sunshine, from despair to hope, from half empty to half filled, from Chiron to Boethius. Are you having a bad day? Is everything going wrong in your life? Do you want to just give up? What did Boethius do? Boethius figured out how to stand up to life's hard times and adversities. Boethius figured out how to face up to life's grim unpredictability and bad luck. In the world, you will face Chiron's kind of trouble. Fear not. Boethius figured out how to overcome Chiron's world, so you don't have to. His full name doesn't really matter. Boethius was a philosopher and statesman in ancient Rome. He lived from around 480 to 525 of the Common Era. Boethius was an important government official under Theodoric, the paranoid ruler of Rome. Despite his successes, he became deeply unpopular among other officials for fighting against government corruption. After publicly defending a falsely charged government colleague, Theodoric imprisoned Boethius around the year 523. Jailed and awaiting execution for doing what is right, suffering from loneliness and depression, and beyond hope or optimism, Boethius would write his most famous work, The Consolation of Philosophy. Boethius explores the problem of evil in the world, the certainty of pain and suffering, the unpredictability of good and bad fortune, and how happiness and serenity are still attainable even in challenging circumstances. It is said, for 400 years in the Middle Ages, 2 books were so important and so influential, they were expected to be in everyone's family library. The other book is the Bible. The book takes the form of a conversation between Boethius and Lady Philosophy, the personification of eternal wisdom. Boethius searches for consolation in the face of his imprisonment and impending execution. Throughout the conversation, Lady Philosophy argues worldly goods are transient and ultimately unsatisfying. Instead, inner virtues such as wisdom and self-discipline are the true sources of happiness and fulfillment. Boethius's philosophy of life centers on the pursuit of true happiness. Wealth, power, and fame are unattainable, unfulfilling, insatiable, and fleeting. Fortune is fickle and unpredictable. Boethius believes in the ultimate superiority of things of the mind. Intellectual pursuits, not material possessions and social prestige, lead to true happiness. Focus on what is truly important in life, and don't be overly concerned with external circumstances. Instead, the pursuit of wisdom and virtue is the only path to true happiness amidst the unpredictable nature of fortune. Lady Philosophy challenges the perception of misfortune as a bad thing. She encourages Boethius to to embrace misfortune as an opportunity for growth and understanding. Accepting the uncertainty and unpredictability of life, one finds consolation and peace of mind amidst life's troubles. The Consolation of Philosophy is a guide to finding comfort and consolation through wisdom, virtue, and philosophy, even in the midst of pain and suffering. Wealth, power, pleasure, and fame cannot provide lasting happiness or consolation. The most important thing you own is between your ears. By nurturing inner virtues, you can find solace and contentment even in the most difficult times. In brightest day, in blackest night, when it feels like the whole world is set against you, turn to Boethius. Applying Boethius in your daily life requires you to practice 4 forms of self-reflection in order to achieve virtues necessary to overcome adversity. This is a lifelong process, and the best time to start is today. All you get by waiting for tomorrow is more waiting, for it is always today. First, know yourself. Take time for solitude and introspection. Solitude is not empty, it is full of answers. What is important to you? What do you love doing? What are you good at? Are you a good person? What are your desires and aspirations? Explore what truly brings you fulfillment, joy, and purpose. Once you know yourself, you can align the right virtues inside yourself with the right actions and right choices in your life. Compassion, patience, self-control, loyalty, kindness, courage, risk-taking, resilience. We learn by doing. To become a virtuous person, practice virtuous behavior. Treat others with respect and humility. Act with honesty and integrity, especially when it's risky and difficult. Build a good character, just as you would build a house, step by step. It takes hard effort and hard attention, and above all, patience and discipline. But the rewards will be profound. Ask anyone about himself or herself, and everyone will answer, "I am a good person." Don't trust words, trust actions. Boethius said, "A good character, when established, is not easily overthrown, but will be firm and durable." Know yourself. Second, seek wisdom. Just because you believe it doesn't make it true. Some of your beliefs must be false, or you would be infallible. And you're not. No one is. Embrace the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom, and do it as if you mean it. Listen to episode 19, Philosophy Matters. Read philosophy books, watch philosophy videos, engage in conversations with philosophers. Listen to Lady Philosophy. The word philosophy comes from the ancient Greek words philos, meaning love, and Sophia, meaning wisdom. Quite literally, philosophy means love of wisdom. Learning from others will develop your own inner wisdom. If you were to ask Socrates for the meaning of wisdom, he would answer, "It is a quest for contentment and lasting happiness." Boethius said, "He who is virtuous is wise, and he who is wise is good, and he who is good is happy." Seek wisdom. Third, pay attention. The present is the only true reality. If you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are dwelling on the future. The past already happened. The future hasn't happened yet. Be present in the now. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings. Said Boethius, "Nothing is miserable unless you think it so." Balance out the good things and the bad that have happened in your life, and you will have to acknowledge that you are still way ahead. You are unhappy because you have lost those things in which you took pleasure. But you can also take comfort in the likelihood that what is now making you miserable will also pass away. You must believe there is meaning and purpose behind every situation and circumstance, even life's struggles. If good times pass away, then so do the bad. Change can be painful, but it's also a source of hope. Accept the uncertainties and adversities of life with optimism. Turn to Lady Philosophy as a secure refuge of comfort and solace in bad times, just as you would turn to a true friend. Boethius said, "No man can be happy without a friend, nor be sure of his friend until he is unhappy." Pay attention. And fourth, think for yourself. You have a total, absolute freedom, wider and deeper than you think or care to admit to yourself. It's all up to you. You are totally responsible for everything you think, feel, and do. You are not responsible for what happens to you, but you are totally responsible for how you react to it. You have no one to blame but yourself. Conformity has never been a guarantee of success or happiness. No one is a proper guardian of himself who neglects his own interest, said Boethius. And in adopting the interest of others, merely imitates their actions, losing that just discrimination which ought to guide him. In other words, the majority is usually running away from what it should be running toward, or running toward what it should be running away from. So use your own judgment and make up your own mind. The most important part of you is not between your legs. It is between your ears. Think for yourself. Like Boethius, Socrates was unjustly imprisoned and executed. Jesus was unjustly imprisoned and executed. Like Emile Cioran, they believed life sucks. They also believed optimism, serenity, and happiness are possible, even in the worst of times. All fortune is good fortune, said Boethius, for it either rewards, disciplines, amends, or punishes, and so is either useful or just. I believe there ought to be a medal for this kind of optimism. And Boethius's optimism gets even more inspiring. 2 years after being unjustly imprisoned, he was executed. Boethius was beaten to death with clubs. Boethius had a bad day. Just so you don't have to. Just so you can make today one of the best days of your life. Thank you for listening. I hope you will take what you've learned and be a better person. Think for yourself. Question everything. Accept nothing that does not agree with your own reason and good sense. And I promise you, despite its sham and drudgery, you will get on pretty well in this crazy world. I'm Dr. Robert Corey. Until we meet again, be good.